Many people tell you that they're your friend. Believe them, you need them. Watch round the river bend. Make sure that you're receiving the signals they send. 'Cause brother, you've only got 2 hands to lend. Maybe there's someone who makes you leave. Some nights they loom up ahead when you're asleep. Some days there's things on your mind you should keep. Sometimes it's tougher to look than to leave. Better watch out for the skin deep. Better watch out for the skin deep. Watch out.
Okay.
Number 8.
Number eight.
Number 8.
Number eight.
Number
The
8.
one fucking dude who remembers old Simpsons shit is laughing right now. Everyone else thinks I'm a fucking jerk off.
No, I really love that joke already. Already, number 8 is much better than number 7.
I'm having an awesome day. I had off today, which I never have off.
That's great.
And it's negative like 2,000 degrees out, which is weird for Brooklyn. So I every time I have off, since I never get a day off, I always have a 50-point plan to get done. I've got to go here. I've got to run. I got to run down to Crown Heights. I need to go to Red Hook. You know, like this is a bunch of horse shit.
Why do you have to run to Crown Heights?
I have interests that need to be
Oh my
attended
God!
to.
Okay, so you're
that can only be attended to by a certain man in Crown Heights.
You stealing them drugs, Andrew?
But normally I do all that shit. Today I woke up and I looked out the window and I saw a polar bear. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to stay in and play video games all day. Which I did to a really intense degree. Like, I pulled surround sound speakers out, I got into pajamas and a sweater, and I just, I had the thing set up where I could be like, open map. And the shit would just open up, I wouldn't have to press a button. I got...
What game was
got
this?
really intense. This was Skyrim. And that same fucking Simpsons nerd just got really happy again. And then after that, I decided to work on my home network. So I did a bunch of home networking stuff, and I think you are the only second individual I've interacted with all day that was not a computer or like a wolf in a video game.
Well, Andrew, I appreciate you interacting with me today.
I'm feeling really weird right now.
You just outed yourself as a major nerd.
Yeah, I just jumped right in the deep end. There's my talking about King's Quest last week really was just the first step in a very, very long downhill slope.
Fine, full disclosure. Part of my whole deal, my mental deal, my therapist actually suggested that I find a video game that is mindless, so that it will take my mind off things, and I can literally waste hours of my life. This is what my therapist, my $10 a visit therapist, decided it was a good idea.
Actually really awesome.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine being at work and just playing Tetris and having someone like catch a case with you and be like, oh, this is doctor prescribed. This is prescription Tetris.
What I do is I play Madden 2007.
Something that can get you really, really aggravated and raise your blood pressure.
I play evil dickhead general manager on the franchise mode, and I actually what I did was I picked a team. It wasn't the Seahawks. I picked like the Jaguars, and I fired every member of the team, and I hired the lowest rated players from the free agency pool.
You did you transcribed Moneyball into a fucking football situation there.
I did, and I hired all the worst special teams coaches for the head coach and all the position coaches, and I made the worst Madden team ever, and I actually ended up winning like 6 games. It's amazing. So that's where my life's at. I do nothing all day at work, and then I come home and play Madden because I'm too anxious to leave the house.
That's kind of awesome. You should get that. You should have the doctor put that on like a script, and you just pull it out. You're like, I need to play Madden. Everyone, stop watching Real Housewives. I need to play Madden now.
It's a tedious existence, laying your love on the line, as Thin Lizzy once said.
It just occurred to me, I don't know how the movie Moneyball ends, because I only saw the first half and then turned it off to watch something else. I hope it ends really well for everyone involved.
My exposure with Moneyball is I worked with a guy who was really into sabermetrics and tried to talk to me about it and shit, and I hated it. And I hear about it on sports radio all the time. I realized that listening to AM sports radio in the car is a really fucking old man thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I've picked up many a date in my car and had the old man AM sports radio on low. And I bet they figure, I've read this guy's online profile, or I know of him, and I'm sure he's into awesome music, and he's going to try and impress me with something really cool. And
they had no idea that Colin Cowherd was going on your date with you.
Yeah, no, I'm listening to Vic the Brick on Fox 980. I'm listening to the Loose Cannons, their last hour of the Loose Cannons. I'm listening to the Petros and Money show.
Jesus Christ. If it's of any consolation, at work, I always have one of the 50 TVs always on SportsCenter, which apparently is never over. It's kind of like New York 1. It just keeps cycling over and over again.
Oh, I miss New York 1.
Yeah, it's something else. Usually another TV is always New York 1, so there you go.
Perfect. It seems like you had a nice week, Andrew. It's awful cold out. I like how we have our little catch up. One of our Tumblr followers. Thank you. I was half joking when I said follow me on Facebook last couple podcasts, but you guys
really went for it.
You guys really went for it. Thank you for adding me to.
I don't think I got a single ad.
What's up? You had to, man. Come on.
What's up, man? Because anytime anyone does friend me on Facebook, I either just say yes, or I'm like, this guy looks like a toucher. Nope.
I got like 10 people, man. All right.
I'm gonna check my Facebook right now.
Check my Facebook.
The doctor said I have to do this every 10 minutes, otherwise I get anxious.
Look, thank you. Mostly Australians. I think you appreciate it very much. You guys talk to me right away. It's really nice. And I don't know why I started talking about Facebook. We could cut that.
Well, what are people freaking out about on Facebook this week for you?
Oh, what are people freaking out about? Well, the weather. Oh my God, it's so cold out. I can't believe it. People are strangely obsessed with the Second Amendment still. Like I said,
this
I
shit
have
is getting fucking old.
I have a really bad. I'm looking through it right now. It's a lot of nothing.
Yeah, we gotta wait until guns are over. We might have to put what are people freaking out about on hiatus.
Yeah.
This week, everyone on my Facebook is freaking out about their kids, which is fucking boring.
Oh God!
Listen, I understand that we're in our 30s. We're the exception. We're not the rule anymore. We don't have kids. Your kids are fucking boring.
No, I'm
man,
not
like
even
your
close
stupid
to
little
having a
kid
child.
and fucking the stupid kid in the Mets hat is fucking boring. The stupid kid at fucking at the sledding hill is fucking boring, man.
Oh, interesting story about the sledding hill. My mother, I believe at one point my mother bribed my friend Mike Lemery's mom to not sue her because she took us to the Queensbury Country Club to go sledding, and he broke his arm.
Jesus.
And I remember sitting in the Stewarts and them having a heavy conversation and over a donut and coffee.
Yeah, it must have been super heavy.
I think so. It was super heavy. I don't know what the litigation would have been, but that just had that weird memory flash for some reason.
Look, this bear claw is good, but let's get down to the heart of this thing.
Let's get down to brass tacks. You broke my fucking son's arm, and you're responsible for the health and welfare of my son.
But I understand you own a sporting goods store, and I'm an avid fisherman. Maybe there's a way we could work this out without having to involve the authorities.
Maybe this could be solved with some sex. It always comes back to sex, man. I can't quench it. Speaking of sex, last night, my friend.
Oh shit! Should I do a drum roll?
No. Well, yeah, do a drum roll because, do a drum roll. Here comes the drum roll. I did not even get close to getting laid last night.
God damn it.
However, interesting turn of events. The other night, not last night, the other night, I befriended a young woman on OK Cupid, as I'm wont to do. Really young, and she kind of looks like Kermit the Frog, also.
This is going really well so far.
Going really well so far. It looks like she adheres to rave culture, which is also awesome. Okay with the fact that I'm 35. She's 20. I made my scope on OK Cupid 18 to 99. So I take on all comers as far as, So I didn't think that I would actually, I'm getting to the point where I dating an 18-year-old would give me pause for a moment. Maybe just a moment, but it would give me pause.
I feel like you'd be playing a lot of Madden, though, doing that.
Yeah, it's true. I have been. And so I always just cut to the chase. I say, well, you want to hang out or what? And we talk back and forth because I don't like the messaging and I don't like the writing messages back and forth, which I guess is the entire gist of OK Cupid, but I just don't really want to do it at all.
You listening to AM Sports with this, it all starts to make a lot of sense together.
Yeah, and I'm like a 50-year-old trapped. I mean, this is obvious to the point now where it's obvious that my time has come and gone. No pun intended. I just have I've run out of steam sexually. I'm a broken man. I've started gaining weight again, which is just terrible because I haven't been going to the gym because it's like too cold, which I know is like it's like a bitchy excuse, but I just love burgers, man, and I love eating that. Like I've loved coming home and eating pasta, and love eating rice and stuff.
You gotta drink that gallon of water every day. That's what keeps me fucking lean and mean is that gallon of water.
Well, here's the thing. At my job, I actually my easy, cushy office job is actually getting annoyingly busy. So I don't have time, man. Although I should bring a jug of water into these big high-powered meetings. Mm-hmm. That would be pretty cool. I'd be like, oh yeah, you guys
bring a growler full of water, and that'll raise a few eyebrows.
You guys don't pound water, bro. You guys don't pound water. Okay, so here's the set. I am slightly trepidatious about hanging out with this 20-year-old, but she looks cute, although she does kind of look like Kermit the Frog. Has one photo, which I immediately think it's like a cover for one sketchy photo, and not that much of a profile. But she, looked at me. She visited my profile, so I figured I'd write her, "Hey, what's going on?" So we hang out. Well, let me start from the beginning.
There's more to this.
There's more than meets the eye. Just like GI. What is that? GI Joe.
Are you thinking of King's Quest?
I'm thinking of King's Quest. More than meets the eye. I don't know. Transformers more than meets the eye. That's what I'm thinking of right now. My brain is super fried. Okay, so she talks back and forth. I don't really even know her name, but I say, hey, you want to hang out? And she's very forward. She's like, sure, here's my address. I recognize the address immediately as a apartment that I'm semi-familiar with in the heart of what we call in this town the SUNY ghetto, or the student ghetto.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's right around the corner from where I used to work. Was
it 271 Western Avenue?
No, it wasn't, sadly.
That's a shame. I spent a lot of my formative punk years in 271 Western.
Nope, it was not. It was on the wrong side of Western, actually, headed towards Central, which is the poor side of town, wrong side of the tracks. You can still get, the land of the $400 studio apartment. You get what you pay for. You might get knifed, that kind of thing. It's where the student ghetto and the real ghetto intersect.
Yeah, somebody definitely rings your doorbell at 4 a.m.
Definitely.
Like, oh, shit. What the fuck is this?
Well, here's the thing. Okay. So, I am a man of adventure. Who dares wins is my motto. And I said, well, what the fuck? It's Tuesday. I have not shit going on. And I'm going to hang out with this girl and see if I can get myself some of that sweet young cuddy. The cuddy reserved for young men. The formative cuddy.
Or older drug dealers.
Which, we didn't talk a lot at all. And then she gave me her address and told me what floor she lived on. And
The fire escape window is usually open.
yes, this show. I mean, this is kind of like a testament to the vulnerability of people online. Because I'm like a fun weirdo, but I could have been any. I'm like, hey, I'll probably drink a can of your beer. Maybe I'll tell you a little story. You can gather around the fire. I'll tell you a story, whatever. I'll try to get it happening with you sexually, but I won't be a creep about it. Try not to be. Anyway, so I get dressed. I put on my best flannel. I put on my jeans that don't smell like piss. I do the sniff test. I alternate between two pairs of ancient Levi's that don't fit me anymore because I've gained a significant amount of weight. But there's also skinny jeans, so I don't look very good anyway.
Oh, this is awesome.
Really good. So I'm looking really good. I'm looking really like I don't definitely look like I fucking park cars somewhere when I'm walking up to this fucking house. So get there. Okay. I recognize the apartment. The light is on upstairs. Good sign. Good sign. I realized that I did not get her name, however. Never got her name. I only know her OK Cupid handle because the OK Cupid chat, the chat feature progressed so quickly that she certainly she just invited me over. Whatever.
Is the girl with the glow sticks?
Yeah, no, the girl looks like Kermit the Frog.
There's a girl who looks like a frog who had a pink streak in her hair and she had some kind of a glow stick. I'm not a rapist. I just want to know if she's here.
I'm not a rapist. I'm actually here to save you. I'm just here to like the dude's on like that fucking Chris Matthews or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Dateline NBC.
Hi, I'm Chris Matthews from Dateline.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm just here to help her because she seems really vulnerable. Anyway, so I put on cologne, man. I am fucking styling because I'm a little desperado right now, man. It's been a minute since I touched a boob, so I'm doing all those things that desperate dudes do, like try too hard and like wash their hair and shit,
Oh man.
Yeah.
Did you like do sit-ups before you left the house or like pump yourself up?
I did push-ups actually.
Push-ups. There you go.
Yeah, I did cock push-ups too. A little after that, because you can't go with a full gun.
Yeah, no, that's against the law.
Can't go on a date with a full gun, bro. It's liable to go off. Anyway. Yeah, I fucking suck. I wish I was dead. My life is but a string of depressing events that will lead to my ultimate demise as a human.
That are now public. That's my favorite part. Is now we're just kind of airing it all out.
We're airing it all out. This is nothing but an airing of life's grievances. And as I'm actually sitting in my room right now under 3 blankets because that's how fucking cool I am. So if I sound a little drowsy, it's actually because friend of the drive, Justin Kiss, is sick with the flu. And if I sound particularly lucid right now, that's why. Because whenever I'm at Justin's house...
No bad influence.
Yeah, whenever I'm at Justin's house, I'm either high or a little drunk. And for the past 4 or 5 podcasts, that's where I've been at. So this is a return to form from episode 123, where I was, a little bit more lucid, maybe a little less funny, but anyway, a little more lucid.
For what it's
together.
worth, I'm polishing off a bottle of red wine right now, so I'll carry the torch for you.
I'll
carry the torch for you. I don't have a torch.
I'll carry the pissy red wine torch for you. Speaking of red wine, people ask me on Tumblr all the time, what's one of your favorite bands, man? I tell you, UB40 is, at least that song Red Wine is like one of my favorite songs of all time.
All right.
Listen, we could talk about the music all day, and I hope I don't disappoint people when I say that it's not a lot of like Rookie Town or like new hardcore bands or like Title Fight. Or I don't really like that shit at all.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell people who ask about things like that. They're starting to become a minority, which is... I'd like them to listen, but I'd like them to ask about Title Fight less. But
99% of our followers on Tumblr seem to be into really good music, like Lungfish and shit like that. So I appreciate all of you. I will... 7 different people, I think, have asked both of us what type of music we're into. So it seems to be really important to some people. So I'll answer that soon, hopefully.
All right.
Andrew.
Well, once you finish telling the story about the girl you murdered last night, then
Like how
we'll
I
get
got-
into some questions and we'll try and make them music centric for
do you
for
like-
the people who
do
really
you-
need to know what we feel about these things.
Do you like how I completely got off that question completely? I got off the story. It's because right now I'm okay. Anyway, let's go.
It's gonna happen again right there.
Okay,
You're
so-
playing Madden right now.
I know Madden is off. I was playing Madden right up to the second you got me on Skype.
I actually thought about playing Skyrim with the volume off on here, but I
man.
know I would make you'd be telling a story and you would hear me on the other tracks being like, shit, fuck. You know, like a lot of that shit.
Oh, my mana's down. Oh,
Fuck is this? What the fuck is this? You know, a lot of that.
that would suck, man. That would be like I would be like a girlfriend who's like, Andrew, something really bad. Like, people hate me at work. This girl hates me at work, and you'd be like not paying attention because
Yeah,
you'd be playing
dead
video
silence,
games.
and then you hear like a clicking sound. Fuck.
Andrew, all you ever do is play video games. All we ever do is fight or make love. Funny, that was another thing I actually heard in the ShopRite grocery store a few months ago. Actually, I heard somebody arguing, and they're like, "All we ever do is fight or make love." Plus, I mean, the ShopRite I go to is like a really urban ShopRite, and I've heard I heard there's this really big African American woman who looked like Nell Carter from the Gimme a Break
yeah.
series. Great song, great intro song, and great actress. And she was running after. Did I tell you this in a previous podcast? I don't think I did. Or
No.
she was running after a little kid, this little cute little kid in like a pink jumper, and she's like, "Marinara, Marinara, get over here, Marinara." The kid's name was Marinara. Fucking amazing, right? If I ever fuck up and
Wow.
and have a condom break, or I forget to pull out because I'm so worked up or whatever, and I have a kid, I will name it Marinara, male or female. Marinara.
Jesus
Let that-
fucking Christ!
let that
It's still,
wash
it is
over
Nell Carter in my mind too.
Yes, and she's like, "Give me a brick, yeah." And she's like, "Marinara, get the fuck over here."
When I was a kid, for some reason I was a kid and I was stupid, and I always thought that Nell Carter for some reason sang "Let's Hear It for the Boy."
Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like a dumb kid that didn't pay attention to
That
shit,
was,
and maybe it sounded like her in the radio, and I'm like, okay, well that's how that is. And I
Now,
just never thought about it again until I was probably like 15.
I will forever picture her singing "Let's Hear It for the Boy" now. Sorry, Denise Williams, you bitch.
Yep, it's over.
Anyway, I've digressed majorly from the story. As we've talked about Nell Carter and African-American, Afrocentric names, and we're really all over the board today. I like it. I have heartburn from eating a burrito, too.
I never thought that Justin Kiss was the one that keeping us focused.
Justin Kiss is the silent, he's like the silent scope. Speaking of video games, he's the silent scope of us. He's actually literally in his deathbed. Like, I haven't been able to talk to him all day. So people, if you enjoy Justin Kiss's contributions, we've set up a PayPal account for his benefit, and hopefully, he like flipped his van on the way to the hospital, and like we just want to get him back home. So if you could like donate, putting up a Bridge 9 fucking Kickstarter to help him get back home from the doctors. Okay, anyway, we're really fucking up here.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So anyways, here's the set. I get up to this woman's house, the young girl's house. She was courteous enough to tell me that she's on the second floor. I go up, and it's one of those things where it has the double doors, one with the stairs leading up and one with the apartment on the right. Okay, so for some reason it's fucking flipped. So the apartment is on the left and the staircase is on the right. But I don't know that. So I open the door to the left and I walk into a house where there's nobody home. I walk into a fucking house where there's nobody home, and I'm just in somebody's house. I'm like, oh my fucking god, whoops. And I closed
So this
the
is
door.
actually awesome because you killed somebody and you got a free iMac yesterday. It's
Yes.
really a fucking win-win.
I did. It was amazing. Block down from where I was, a tattoo shop got robbed as I was in that neighborhood.
I know
Also,
exactly where the fuck you were. Awesome.
Yes, you do. Yeah, like the gully part, like off Quail Street. Like
Well, the tattoo shop in question is like when you look in, it's just actual murderers hanging out there. It's not like it's like a tattoo shop where people are getting tattooed. It's just like one guy and then murderers.
No, yeah, it's it's a trip. It's a cool. It's not a friendly hip tattoo parlor. It's like where you get like prison tattoo, like a tattoo tier, or like fucking a cross in the web of your hand, like that.
Yeah, somebody has been held down and tattooed in that building.
Definitely, no question. So I'd walk into an apartment. I don't know what's going on, so I immediately turn around. Thankfully, they didn't have any animals that ran out, although it would have made for an excellent story. If like the cat ran out, I had to close the fucking door. I don't think
cue the Benny Hill music.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wouldn't chase it. I mean, it's lost to the elements and time. It's everything has a natural order, I guess.
Your cat is on a journey.
Yes.
Who are you exactly, and why are you in my living room?
Well, yeah. Thankfully, someone didn't catch a case or pull out a heater on me or anything. But that's definitely the neighborhood that would happen in. So I open the door, and there's no hall light. Like, so I'm just walking up these stairs like I'm in fucking The Shining, with my flannel shirt on and shit. I knock on the door. I hear and smell a party. It smells like Amsterdam up there. I smell weed. I smell booze, which is fucking really weird. So I knock on the door, nothing. Knock on the door again, nothing. And then as I'm about to knock again, somebody opens the door finally. And it's like a girl in like a pink tank top with like I love pink like sweatpants, like a total dorm girl. But she's got a pack of cigarettes in her tank top strap.
Awesome.
And she said, "Crystal, there's a man here." So awesome already. This girl's name is Crystal, I deduced. Unless, Crystal, there's a man here. No, look, I don't look older than my age. And that's probably the first time anyone's ever referenced me as like a man instead of like a dude or a guy. So, like, they probably think I'm there to fix the pipes or some shit. And in a way...
I hear you're having some trouble with your internet.
Yeah. And in a way, I am really there just to really try and fix Crystal's pipes, if you know what I mean. And I'm trying to lay some pipe because I'm desperate at this point. I'm hanging out with 20-year-old ravers.
So, yeah, you're at a 20-year-old college party right now.
I'm at a 20-year-old college party that is just beginning. And she invited me over. She's like, "Oh, hey, and this is, I don't remember, Cass Callie, I think one of the names was, like some made up fucking early 90s kid names, like Callie or fucking Carly or some bullshit. And I was like, "Oh, hey, Kay, hey." And I immediately realized I should have BYOB'd because they have like straight liquor, weed, and I was then informed that there may be some cokes on the way. So
awesome.
Yeah, we're just kind of chilling, and I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, have a seat." And it's like not even a situation, so awkward. I never feel awkward, but it's such an awkward situation where there's music on, so you can't really talk. Plus, this girl is like, in her wisdom, probably didn't even think I was going to come over. Probably is already kind of wasted, so probably doesn't remember talking to me on OK Cupid, her OK Cupid app, or what the fuck ever. And then, so I'm kind of there, but I have no like shelter. I don't really know anybody there. I don't really know Crystal that well. I think Crystal has done some Crystal earlier in the day. So I'm just kind of there. I'm wearing my green jacket with the Death, like the band Death patch on the back, and totally out of my scene. Girl is Callie. The other girl is walking in and out of two different rooms. I get the impression that there are men in the building. I get the overall impression that I might be kind of set up for some kind of escort shit at this point.
That sounds about right at this point.
And you know what? It's really true. And I immediately realized that I've been kind of set up on some kind of escort shit because I remember back the fucking... and this is how dumb I am. Even though I'm so worldly wise, this is how fucking stupid I am. Profile, one picture... no favorite. Oh, I like cooking. Like none of that shit's on there. It's just looking for men, 20 to 40, blah 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 blah. Casual sex, friendship, whatever. I realize that it's just a front. For like a fucking 20-year-old raver escort. So I am in a shitty apartment drafting.
Which means that not only are there men in the building, but at least one man has a gun.
Oh, no fucking doubt.
And I mean, you scored because the other guys that were supposed to be there were robbing the tattoo parlor while you were there, so you missed, most of the action, I think. But, yeah.
So here's the deal. I immediately realized that I'm in a fucking whorehouse. Let that sink in for a moment. I got roped into coming to a whorehouse off OK Cupid. And I'm not fucking kidding. So this is my OK Cupid experience so far. It's gone from the ridiculous to the sublime. And I realized that I've been fucking hosed by these fucking OK Cupid whores, and they figure that I know the deal. Okay, so I realize that there's men in either fucking room, right? Their fucking cell phones are going off like crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah, if I can find the ad, I believe that they probably have a back page ad at this point. So if I can find the ad, I will actually post the picture.
Please post that.
At least post the picture of her on our Tumblr. I really will. After we release number 8, I'll post the picture of her. So here I am. It's unbelievable. So I decided, as I did at theamazing.net, when I'm like, if I'm in a situation that's kind of uncomfortable, I'm just gonna fucking go with it. So I just sit on the couch and I'm like, fucking cool, because it's a weird, like, mutually assured sketchiness.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, where they're not actually going to discuss numbers with me, and I'm just going to be like, well, I'm just going to wait them out and see, like, what they finally say. So Crystal, she comes over, she's like, okay, baby, like, I'm going to be right back. And then her and Callie go into either 2 separate rooms, and I'm sitting there by myself. A German Shepherd is sitting there, which has been laying behind the couch.
Jesus.
Sits up and looks at me, and I'm like, hey, dog, and it just kind of looking at me, and that, how dogs kind of stare at you when they don't really, they're thinking about, well, am I either going to go up to this person and lick their feet because I smell another dog, or I'm going to, like, flip my fucking shit and bite their neck. Yeah, so it's just kind of looking at me, and then it makes this low, like, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to be bit by a dog that it's probably used to do escort shit with the dog sometimes, too. And is it weird that that's what I thought of, like, first or second? I was like, they probably use this dog for some kind of fucking webcam shit.
Well, also the guy who runs their pimp is from Uganda, and he was used to having the police sick German Shepherds on, and so when he came to America, he got one.
Exactly. Samuel, a disciple of Samuel K. Doe. Google Samuel K. Doe. He'd be like, or President Prince Magic Johnson, or whoever. So it's a shitty Albany apartment. The walls have been painted like 7,000 times. Everything looks shitty. The room is a fucking mess. Ashtrays overfilled with fucking joint ends, and there's a bowl. There's a really, really worn, rosined out, dirty bong water bong on the table.
Stark overhead lighting.
Hot fluorescent overhead lighting, like community college lighting, you could say. So I'm just chilling. They're in the room. From one of the rooms, I hear like a faint So I guess one of them really going to town. Anybody else would leave.
Yeah, it's actually accurate. It's true.
For whatever fucking reason, I think they think I'm the next in line. Like I'm the next John, right? And I don't have any cash on me at all. Well, I should at least bring $20 with me, but I don't have any cash on me at all. I have an ID. I have all of my shit with me, which is sad. So if I get murdered, at least they're going to tell me, at least they're going to know who I am.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I hear some yelling from outside. There's like big bay. It's classic Albany apartment. You know how Patrick's apartment used to be set up?
Oh yeah.
Like the bay window in front, and like you can see the street down there. So I hear like a shitty car pull up and like 4 doors slam, and then I hear like footsteps, and then the downstairs door opens, and the downstairs door opens, and I hear like boom, 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 boom. It sounds like a fucking army is coming up the steps. So I'm like, well, I'm still
fresh from robbing
probably
tattoo
the cops or whatever. This weirdly, like, I am like in like a period of I'm like a feeling of almost like shalom, where I just don't care what happens, which is a strangely indicative of my mental state, I guess you could say. But I just don't care. And in walk 3 farm boys wearing like Fox fucking dirt bike gear. Like, not like the helmets and shit, but they've got like fucking hoodies on. Apparently they're looking for a good time too, and they're like, "Sup, bro? You know what's going on here?" I'm like, you know,
You want to go in together, or should we wait single file?
No, I would not do a dog pile with these dudes. They'd probably have huge fucking farmer cocks. It would not be a good idea. I wouldn't pull a rag doll on one of these girls. They're really fucking wasted. It's awful. So I was like, well, yeah, I don't really know what's going on here, but you could definitely have at it, man. You can go ahead of me if you want. You know, I'm here all night. I'm here to chill out with Crystal. And so finally, you know, as you predicted, 2 of the biggest, like, kind of raw, like, these 2 dudes look like fucking Method Man come out of the 2 rooms. And they had just fucked Callie and Crystal a lot, I guess, because they were in there for about 20 minutes. The dude drops a bag of weed and some money on the table, and he bounces. I have to admire his class.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So, apparently, Crystal and Callie kind of know these guys. Meanwhile, I'm the literally 300-pound gorilla in the room, like, Okay, so, but I'm kind of having this internal struggle because I'm like, you know, I could probably get some head off these girls if I play my cards right. And like in my weird way, I just kind of want to make it happen.
I'm just going to see this through to the end.
But at the same time, it's just I can't bring myself because I'll probably get Hep C or something.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the most optimistic fucking viewpoint is Hep C.
Yeah, so This is like the Spokane story in reverse, where there's like too much stimulation, you know. So Callie and Crystal start acting kind of sexy for these guys, and Crystal has a joint in her mouth, and Callie has a cigarette, and Callie does this thing where she takes a big drag of her cigarette, so there's like a berry at the end, and then Callie lights this joint off her cigarette, so they're like face to face. And then she blows weed smoke in Callie's face.
Fucking horror show. This is like Creep Show 4.
Among other things, one of the farm boys has some coke. So they all start cutting up, slicing and dicing some coke. And that's about the time I texted you, like, there's cocaine around me. So let me read my text I sent to you, man. Jesus. That was fucking great. I was like, let's... Okay, so I sent you a text saying oldest person in this apartment by 15 years.
I'm calling him up right now.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. So we didn't talk about okay, so back on the story. It just kind of devolves into a weird scene where nobody's actually fucking each other. They're just kind of chilling. So I think I came in at the tail end of the fuck scene. But at the same time, I think Crystal is wondering whether or not I'm actually going to pay her for sex at some point.
Yeah, I would be too. You've been there for, what, half an hour now?
I've been there for probably half an hour. They're pulling out some coke. They keep offering me coke. And that around this time, they start thinking that I might be a cop. Because they offer me coke, I say no. I take a small hit of their joint. But I don't, nothing to impair me at all. And they notice this. These are some savvy fucking 20-year-old girls. And so Crystal asks me very nonchalantly, she says, so what do you want to do? And I'm like, I'm kind of more of a beer guy, and like totally skimming over the fact that she thinks I'm there for sex. Gives me like a really fucking like, what is this dude? Like a look that like a 40-year-old mom would give me. Like, what is this dude, a fucking asshole? And she's like, no, like none of us are like old enough to buy beer. Like, oh damn, but you have Coke and like weed around and everything, and you just fuck some dudes. So I'm like, well, I could go to the corner store and get some beers, and they're like, all of a sudden, in like a high school fucking way, everybody perks up and they're like, fuck yeah, man, because they found somebody. They found somebody who can buy for them, right? So I am suddenly transported back to my childhood days where I was trying to find like an older person to like buy beer for us, and then I ended up being that person, 35-year-old man with 20-year-olds walking to the fucking Quail Street Market to buy beer.
Jesus
So
Christ.
my dreams of getting legitimate cutty are dashed, and I end up buying like, and the funny thing was, there was no question of like, oh yeah, let's all pass the hat and like give him some money to buy it. I just had to buy it.
Yeah, well, they were tacking it on your bill.
They probably, I get the, now that I'm outside, I feel free. So I say, all right, I'm going to buy the beer. So we're walking down. They get 40s, and they're getting like the Four Loko that doesn't have caffeine in it, like really low fucking terrible shit. So I'm like, right now I'm like, okay, I know this neighborhood pretty well. I worked right near there. I'm like, okay, so I buy the beer. We're all walking down. I make sure not to carry any of the beer. So I'm like, oh shit, I just realized I got some weed in my car. I'm going to go grab my weed. I'll be right back up, and then we can get it happening. And they're like, okay, sure. I get in my car, and I fucking bail. So, you ask, what did you do on your Tuesday night? Well, I fucking went to a whorehouse where 20-year-olds were blowing dudes, smoking weed and doing coke, and then I walked to a Quail Street Market and bought a bunch of underage people beer. And then I left because I got fucking scooped and alley-ooped on fucking OK Cupid. So.
Best part, dude from Quail Street Market definitely looked at you like a low piece of shit. I can see him in my mind's eye doing it right now.
Because they broke etiquette because they actually fucking came in with me and picked it out and then handed it to me. Jesus like obviously Christ. Underage people. So I didn't get any of their names. One of the dudes smelled like manure, so I know they were from the fucking field somewhere. If I find their fucking photos, I will certainly post them.
Oh, please, Christ.
Because one of them looked like Kermit. Crystal looked like Kermit, and Callie looked. She just looked angry. She had like that angry.
I feel like she might have been.
That timeless, angry face, like I'm a 20-year-old hooker, So I thought I was going to get some SUNY girl love, some college girl co-ed action, the stuff of like you-porn dreams, And
it went another way.
It went another way, Andrew. That was my fucking, and I was like, and then that was probably the one or like the second or third time in my whole life where I was like, maybe this shit only happens to me. Maybe this shit only happens to me, because it was just, and in a weird way, I was kind of crestfallen because I expected a little bit more from what was happening, and then it didn't happen. So,
I'm impressed. That's a fuck of a Tuesday night.
Are you impressed that I held on for that long?
Yeah, I can't believe how long you spent there.
I mean,
I feel like if I was in your position, I would have walked in. First of all, knowing me, I would have walked in, smelled the party, and been like, "All right, peace. I'm gonna have fun, guys."
Well, it was cold out, and it actually
that's true.
It was a little warmer in the apartment, but not by much.
I'm wishing so much that this was 271 Western Avenue. Basement apartment. Oh, man.
Sadly, it was not. If there are any law enforcement officers listening, it was not in Albany at all. It was actually on State Street, around off of Quail. Man. Pretty awesome. Pretty great. Right near the beautiful College of St. Rose.
The SUNY side or the heading towards downtown
your
side?
Neighbor, it just goes to show you your neighbor might be a whore. So you never know. In such a nice neighborhood, you never know.
Almost certainly.
Yeah, most certainly. So that was my Tuesday, Andrew. I hope that story passes muster.
Yeah, I'm good with that one.
Great. Excellent. I just after that I was just so fucking. I just laid in my bed with under 2 or 3 blankets, and I just really started to analyze where I am in love and in life.
Played a lot of Madden.
I went home and immediately played Madden. I was like, but see, I still have that like schoolboy in me that gets anxious, and I kind of worry about like, whoa, maybe they got my license plate number, or maybe they're pissed that I didn't come back. Maybe they thought they're gonna make like $60 off me or some shit.
Oh yeah, no follow up message from Crystal.
Check today, profile deleted.
Oh, drag.
I know. That's why I have to see if they advertise on Backpage. But if they're advertising on OK Cupid, it's probably they're probably really under the radar.
I'll give it some time.
That's my depressing story of almost getting laid by a gully post-teen Albany hooker.
Man.
So on that note, we should answer some Tumblr questions, Andrew.
Let's do that. Let's lighten this up a little bit.
Holy fuck.
Hang on 1 second. Let me log into Tumblr.
Okay, well.
Oh, we got one while we were doing this podcast. We had a question come in. Why is Russell Brand so hilarious?
Really?
What?
Are we on the same Tumblr?
This is somebody trying to troll us.
No,
There's no way that's real. It's impossible.
Why is Russell Brand so hilarious?
He's hysterical.
No, didn't get that one.
All right. Well, we have absolutely no answer for you, Anonymous. Good though. Oh, speaking of, we had one come in a few days ago.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Fucked Up? Seems like a band you'd be into.
Yeah.
My thoughts on Fucked Up are, fuck you. You got to try a lot harder than that to get me to break radio silence on Fucked Up. Good try though.
I was only recently informed of this running joke.
Good try. A+ for effort.
I almost answered it too, and you're like, "Don't answer that."
Yeah, don't do it. It's a fucking trap.
It's a fucking trap. There's a question here that I can answer really quickly. Yo, Hans, I want to start DJing. How did you get started? Well, I hesitate to say that I'm a DJ. I just pick out songs and play them, and I know that sounds like very pretentious and stupid, but DJs are shameless self-promoters and seem kind of like low in a way.
Yeah.
I just play songs, so I guess you should just go and play. Try to get a night at a local bar. Go to talk to a bar person. Go to I don't know what you do. Go to the bar and say, "Let me talk to the manager." Say, "Hey, I play fucking surf rock.
Detroit techno.
I want to play surf rock records on Sunday nights because I notice you don't have anybody in here. So give me a chance, man." and then you kind of build a reputation, and if you rule, people will come and dance, and if you suck, more people will probably come and dance, and that's it. It's
really a win-win.
There's no matrix. You don't need a fancy DJ name. You don't need a lot of expensive equipment. You just need to fucking have good taste in music. That's it.
There was a few months ago, Deadmau5 released a statement that was like, "Yeah, when I play live, I don't do shit. I queue up a song, you stupid motherfucker." It was pretty good.
It's the biggest. I'll say it. Being a DJ is the biggest scam running.
Oh, it's great cash grab if you're in that dude's shoes.
If you are a DJ, you it's like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I hesitate to say that there's a lot of credibility in that quote unquote art form.
We're gonna jump this. We're gonna jump this another level down credibility. Okay. Hans, skip singing for a band and enter the white rapper phase of your career. That's where all the money and all the cutty lies.
I love the fact that people are taking the word cutty and really running with it.
Which is going to be the next question I'm going to ask. Is cutty regional slang or something Hans came up with on his own? I never heard that word before OND. It's a two-part question that's from two different people.
If you can Google a picture of Haystacks, Haystax, the rapper, I look exactly like him, including being heavy set. So I'll wait for you all to Google a picture of haystacks. And I will say that that's a great idea because white rappers make a lot of money, I guess. I just Googled a picture of haystacks. Forget it. I don't look like haystacks. Never mind. He looks awful. That motherfucker looks terrible. But I am in the same vein, I guess. Haystacks is like a dude. He grew a goatee to give the appearance of a chin. And I'm not to that point in my obesity yet. So, and his real name is Jason. So I found that out too, just in a short internet search. So to answer the second question, cutty is a term that I heard when I was a child because my father had a lot of cool guys with names like Lance. And they would, a lot of buddies named Lance and like Dick and like Jerry would come over to the fucking house and drink Carling Black Label beer and fix cars and shit. And when I was one of my earliest, it sounds terrible, but like one of my earliest memories is having the word cutty thrown around the house. And it kind of stuck on me ever since. And I've only ever heard another person use it once. Was a man in a Mexican restaurant in New York City describing how he fucked a girl in a bathroom stall.
Wow.
And a man walked in on him and he said, "Hey, I'm just getting some cutty here. Keep it moving." And I was like, "Oh, cutty. All right." So I guess it's not necessarily regional slang, but it's people who are cool and in the know use it. People who have a dedication to sleeping with women who are maybe not the cleanest will use the word cutty. I encourage everybody to use cutty. A few of these questions, the Tumblr is so cool because people ask all the right questions. It's like they got all the right moves,
Really, it makes our job a lot easier.
It makes the job a lot fucking easier. Like right before we went on the podcast tonight, I wrote that I have this idea to Google Street View every place that I've ever had sex and post the pictures of the houses, apartments, fields, etc., with a little story attached. And I think I'm going to start it and link it to the.
I will do that as well.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. ifuckedhere.com. And then I'll have a little story. I mean, we're talking like those fucking the poofs in fucking Amsterdam, the fucking shithole I lived in Canada, like all those little places.
Man, I gotta start to remember addresses.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I got some talk about New Brunswick, New Jersey, because I had to educate somebody on dating websites. And I detailed how straightedge.com was a hotbed of down low internet hookups in the late 90s, as detailed in episode 1, because I met a beautiful Spokane girl on straightedge.com when I could have probably met a girl from like Western Massachusetts and had her blow me. Instead, I went for the gold, man.
There's who dares wins. You said it yourself.
Who dares wins, man. It's not it's no longer a straight edge motto. It's just a motto for life. Who dares wins.
Here's a weird one. This is actually buried a little bit, but I'm a little confused. The question isn't a question as much as a statement. Whoa, breast implants are not gross. They're not for everybody, and that's cool, but to call them inexcusably bad is pretty over the top. I have them personally, and I've had partners who were convinced they were real, and doctors who didn't know until they pointed out the light scars. It's a choice I made about my body, for me, and it's a bummer when people can't accept that or attach unnecessary judgment. It's possible that I have been drunk for 8 episodes, but I don't remember ever talking about breast implants ever.
Never talked about breast implants. I answered a question like 3 weeks ago. Well, it's because they asked me, am I a boob or a butt man?
I gotta read overnightdrive.com enough.
Yeah, man, you gotta get connected to that shit, man. Because right now I'm fucking holding court on overnightdrive.com, man. People are asking me questions left, right, and center, and I'm getting overwhelmed, dog. So
All right, I'll get on this. No problem.
You got to jump in that shit, man. Fuck selfdefense.com, man. You got to get on that overnight drive shit.
Holy shit, dude. Selfdefense.com over the past few days has given me an actual, like, I feel like my brain is going to explode, so I need some time away.
People on some controversial shit? What's going on?
Oh, people talking about awful Screamo bands. Oh, my God. It's fucking terrible.
That's like that time, as detailed in episode 10, where, like, there's, like, a membership in the band that talked about Earth Crisis all day, and I just really wanted to.
I can do Earth Crisis, but when like little like patchy beard weasels are coming in talking about Screamo that wasn't good 15 years ago, like I gotta check out on that.
Yo, dude, how could you say you don't like Neil Perry? How could you say you don't like that? Oh my God. Anyways, breast implant lady. I purposely didn't answer your question because I felt that it was unfair to. I don't think they're inexcusably bad. I just think they're unnecessary. I have a penis that is not big, not great, but I you know what? I fucking sucked it up and I live with it. You have breasts that weren't big enough, and you decided to get bags of silicone implanted into your chest. I think that's weird.
Well, I
think that's
maybe she had a double mastectomy. Who knows?
Right. I mean, honestly, I need a little bit more backstory. But the thing is, like,
I'm gonna live on it. I'm cool with it.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't like them anyway. I don't like just the same way that I prefer a woman to grow her pubic hair out. I don't like the artificial. I don't like the fucking Barbie doll look at all. Even though my ex-girlfriend looked like a Barbie doll, go figure. You know, really fucking weird. Who I think you saw me with her once, didn't you?
Where was that?
I don't know. She's like the most under the radar girlfriend I've ever had.
I'm going to go back through my my mental Rolodex and see exactly, because you just show up with women like places.
Yeah, I do. I know. I got hose.
Like we discussed it. There was like a point where we were at practice and you just showed up with a woman.
Oh, the girl who came and visited me from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll get into that at some point or another if we haven't already walked down that path.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a number 9 story. I'll tease it by saying that there was a woman named Sarah. Go figure.
Go figure.
I have a great 3 different.
Oh, you mean Sarah from Seattle? No, other Sarah from Seattle. Oh no, other Sarahs? No, the other Sarah from Seattle.
We have Sarah who fucked me the first time. The number 1. The hot Susan the Banshees looking girl. We have Sarah, who flew to Albany and sexed me up. And then we have Sarah from Spokane. This is in reverse. This is not in chronological order. We have Sarah from Spokane, and we all know the story about that. So there are a lot of Sarahs in my life. And if you could download and listen to, or go on YouTube and listen to this song "Sarah" by Thin Lizzy, I think you will really appreciate where I'm at with Sarah.
It's gonna bring you there.
Gonna be there. But anyways, we're talking about implants. I just gotta wrap up the implant thing. I think it's weird when you get to the point where it's like I've had partners who were convinced they were real. Like, so then don't get fucking breast implants. You know what I mean?
Well, my feeling on it is I feel like if I had breast implants, I'd be just all about like, hey, check out my breast implants. Like that's would be my weird compulsion. Like, check this out. Does this feel real? Check this out.
Like why the skullduggery?
I'd be that woman from Summer Rental with John Candy.
Ultimately, I just would like. I mean, I suffer with self-esteem issues a lot, and you know, I've had weight issues and self-esteem issues and body image issues and body dysmorphic disorder and all this other shit. And like, I can't just go out and get like an morphic body. I can't get like a silicone gut implant. You know, I just have to fucking deal with it. You know, and
God, I wish I could just get an implant that would just put me into Skyrim, and I would just be in Skyrim. I wouldn't have to worry about going to work anymore because I would live in whatever the fantasy land from Skyrim is.
Bottom line, you're not in a fucking soap opera. Just be happy with the boobs you have. Period. End of story.
All right.
Is that all we got on the questions right now?
I think that's all we got for this week on the questions. There was one more that I was looking at that I apparently have lost. Why is Sean Duty such a legend? Dude seems awesomely weird / weirdly awesome / hilarious.
Well, I really need to come down to New York. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll do episode 10 in New York because it involves Sean Duty in a heavy way.
That's actually a hot idea.
That's a hot idea.
Shit, that's probably gonna be the weekend. My mother's gonna be sleeping on my couch. We'll figure it out.
We could do a live. We could do a like a live.
You want to hang out with my mother?
Yeah, I'd love to hang out with your mother.
She's nice.
Seems like a cool gal. Yeah, I think I met her once at Valentine's. I think I met her once.
That sounds about right.
Let's do it. Hey, so yeah, what was that question again? Oh yeah, Sean Duty. Sean Duty is a epic legend in a way. He is a legend in Albany. And people still tell stories about him. One of my favorite stories, I got Sean Duty really drunk last year on a thing called a wine bloom. Now, you might know that any of you had a song called Wine Blooms, but the actual wine bloom, do yourself a favor, go home and make yourself a wine bloom. It's 4 shots of scotch and 4 shots of cheap red wine over ice. And then serve. And you get fucking shit-faced off one glass because it's the food, the wine.
You're not supposed to drink it.
Yeah, well, the wine is absorbed quickly because it's food, and it brings the alcohol from the whiskey along with it, and you get fucking really fucked up. So Sean Duty gets drunk, and I have to give him a ride home because that motherfucker's too drunk to drive, and he falls in the snow head first. And he gets up and he says, I can't see. And he actually has snow on the inside of his glasses. And so he's like, I'm blind. I can't see. So I reach in underneath his glasses and do like a windshield wipey thing. So I get his glasses all set, and then I'm driving him home. And he starts getting like the puke burps in my car. Burps. So I think I left him off on like the inlet to his street. I didn't actually leave him off in front of his house.
All right, find your way home.
Yeah, find your way home, dude. Luckily, I lived on the way home. He lives on the way home from my house. So that was it. That's the Sean Duty story. We should have a weekly Sean Duty story.
That's that same era where I had already moved away, but Sean Duty was still living in Albany, and I would get texts from people like Nick, and people would be like, yo, Sean Duty just showed up to my party with an entire bottle of rye, and he's just sitting in a corner drinking it and not talking to anybody.
Yeah, Sean Duty Hemingway. That was the period. That was the Sean Duty Hemingway period where you showed up and was the shadowy figure in the corner of the room.
Oh, hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
All right, we're gonna get him on here. That's we'll let him tell his side of the story. And, I feel bad. All we do is tell fucking Sean Duty stories.
Do yourself a favor. Add me on Facebook. Add Andrew on Facebook. But most of all, add Sean Duty on Facebook. Holy fuck!
I'll definitely do that.
Things to promote. I was just offered a residency at a local establishment doing DJing once a month.
All right.
So, I'll keep you updated on that.
Are you allowed to tell the establishment yet, or is it still under wraps?
It's I don't fucking care. It's a spot named Elda's on beautiful, treacherous, stupid Lark Street in Albany.
This is exciting because when Elda's first opened up, Elda's used to be the flyer wall.
Yeah,
it was just boarded up for years, and everyone would just go and bring their flyers to the boards and put their shitty band's flyers up. And then they took it down, and everyone was like, I can't believe they're taking down the flyer wall. Yo, it wasn't the flyer wall. It was a building that somebody bought. It's not like it wasn't there for you. It just happened to be there.
Oh, man. Fucking, and they accused like local promoters of tearing down the flyer wall. Oh, man. Oh, boy.
So that became Elda's, which when it opened was kind of like a floofy spot.
Yeah.
Which was funny because Albany doesn't have like floofy people really to attend those things. So it just it seems like it fell into disrepair, and now everyone I know is going there all the time, which I can't tell is if it's Elda's kind of revamping their image or everyone I know just growing older.
It's definitely everybody growing older, wanting an environment where they can eat, drink better liquor, and dance if they so choose.
I can definitely understand that. That sounds much nicer than going to the fuse box and having somebody like throw a Chinese star at me.
Yeah, the fuse box is a fucking dump. I hope that fucking roof caves in.
You and I both spent our time behind the board there.
Yes, we did. It's a real rough dump. Yeah, it's a cool spot, I guess. I mean, it's neat because there's still like older people, like maybe your parents' age, who go there and eat Italian food in the other room. But then I'm in the room across the building, like playing like, you know, fucking It's a Cold World by Frankie Knuckles, like on like volume 11, you know. So it's like a weird scene where they don't really want to hear your fucking music, and I don't really want to see their sourpuss faces eating fucking Italian food. So it's a weird, it's an uneasy piece.
Sounds
between
great.
between the fucking Sochis and the fucking outsiders, man.
I'm gonna come up for one.
You should come up for one, and then we'll ride back together in my car, and we'll give each other hand jobs.
And that's cool. And then you can just drop me off near my street, and I'll find my way home.
I'll drop you off after Jingle Wine Bloom. I'll drop you off near your street. You can fucking find your way home, or fall into another snowbank. You know,
Whatever. It's all good.
Please visit youlooksad.com. Youlooksad.com. And Andrew, I believe that you have the Self-Defense Family as a new release coming out today.
Do we?
Yeah, you're on the Run for Cover Records gift pack.
Oh, no, that's not till December. That's a long ways away.
Wow. Well, you had the announcement today, and
Yeah, it was announced today. In December, we're going to be on a Run for Cover, I guess, subscription pack. You probably know more of the details than I do. You read it. I was arguing with people on the Tumblr all day. Other than that, I don't have much to promote. Still fucking around with working on a menswear blog. It probably won't ever happen. Well, I'll keep you posted as to what goes on with it.
I love that idea because knowing Andrew as a man who used to just wear like a PJ top and like jungle camo pants, he has come a long way.
I wore a PJ top all day today because fuck it, Skyrim.
Well, yeah, fuck it, Sky.
All good.
I had to wear a suit because I was meeting with important people today, and but as I wore a suit, I hadn't actually taken a shower in 2 days, so my ass smelled bad. So I was wearing my Jose Banks, but underneath was a hairy, gross,
a sweltering crotch.
Sweltering swamp crotch. I had not showered since the night of the whorehouse. I sat in the chair in the conference room long enough that I started to smell myself.
Yeah, so you know, even if everyone else doesn't know what they're smelling, you know what it is.
I know what it is, and I blamed it on my cup of coffee.
It's probably a good move.
No, nobody was like, somebody smells bad in here, but it was, I mean, if I smelt it, if like, as ODB said, if I got it, motherfucker, you got it. So anyway, I guess that's it for Overnight Drive 8.
Yeah, what do we got? overnightdrive.com. When I hear myself back, I'm like .com, like I'm from fucking Chicago. Overnightdrive.com. Twitter.com. Overnight_drive. Facebook.com. Overnight Drive. And I think that's it for all of our social media stuff. Should I do an Instagram? Should I do a Snapchat? I mean, you people tell me what works best for you.
I think you should do a Overnight Drive Vine.
I don't even know what Vine is.
It's a GIF. It's a place where you can make video GIFs and post them directly to Twitter.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah, Vine. Check
Awesome.
it out. I also that you saying .com made me realize that a few years ago I had an idea to develop .com.
.com, yeah.
Remember we talked about that? I said that was one of our van chats.
You missed your chance because
I know. I missed my chance. Now they have .xxx. But if I had .com, like, would you not just always go to youporn.com?
Oh, without a doubt. Hotmail.com.
Hotmail.com. So check out overnightdrive.com for the naked version of our Tumblr, where I am naked and masturbating. It gets
like blue.
It's like my art project that I wanted to do at the Upstate Artist Gallery, where it was just a continuous 35 color televisions on a continuous loop of me from the mid-stomach down, standing and masturbating.
I can't believe they didn't go for that.
They didn't go for that. I actually pitched that idea. They said, "Oh no, we have more of a family environment at this fucking art gallery," and I said, "Art gallery, more like fart gallery." End scene.
All right, come back next week. We're gonna do episode 9. And the week after that, we'll probably do 10. Maybe at some point we'll get in the same room together and make magic happen.
I think 10 has to be in the same room.
All right, we'll make 10, even if it means that we skip 5 weeks. So let that marinate for everyone.
Yeah, no. We will be on time and on the line. 100%.
Awesome. All right, let's cue the music. We'll see you guys next week with number 9.
Love you. Bye.